Sharath, good evening.
So, good evening to all. Namaskar ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ. ಶ್ರೀಶ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು ಮಂಗಳೂರಿಂದ, ರೀಜನಲ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್, ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಲಕ್ಕಿ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ವಿತ್ ಅಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಜಿಜಿಯನ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಇದ್ದೇವೆ ಅಥವಾ ಹೊಸೊಬ್ರು ಇರಬಹುದ ಏನೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಂತೂ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಲಕ್ಕಿ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಈಗ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮೊದಲು ಐ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ Sharath Mascarenhas to this wonderful evening. So welcome Mr. Sharath.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
And also I welcome the state head Mr. Devraj to this wonderful evening. And also I welcome all the MCPs, channel partners, ACPs and partners and all other people to this wonderful evening. So ಈಗ ನಾವು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮೊದಲು ಕೆಲವು ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ರೂಲ್ಸ್. ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೇವೆ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಯಾರು ಕೂಡ ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. ನಿಮ್ದು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಅದು ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದ ಕಾರಣ ಬಿ ಅಟೆಂಟಿವ್, ಮೈಂಡ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು, ನೋಟ್ಬುಕ್ ಪೆನ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲ ಜಾಟ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಆಸಮ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಟುಡೇ. And the speaker also I think is ಒಂಥರ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಗಾನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಯು ಎವರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಈಗ ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಪರಿಚಯ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪರಿಚಯ ಆಗ್ಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಲಕ್ಕಿ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಶರತ್ ಮಸ್ಕರೇನಸ್. ಅವರ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್, ಅಂದ್ರ ತುಂಬಾ ಒಂಥರ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಜನ ಅವರು, ನನ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್, ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ರೀಜನಲ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಜಾನ್ ಮ್ಯಾರಿಯೋ. So I think I will leave this part to Mr. John Mario to introduce our speaker.
Thank you, Chairman Mr. Srisha. Elrigu namaskara friends. Is my voice audible? Somebody has put in a message. Your voice is very low. Kelta ideyalla? Okay. Thank you Devraj sir for the opportunity. Already ನೀವು introduction ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ. I really don't know what to, but however since it's a duty, we will give a clear introduction to our speaker. Ivattina speaker, I met him first in Global Gunner office on 10th of February. I gave a positive feedback to the CP Vinesh. He is a very systematic and his calendar is planned at least before a week. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಅವರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು ಕಾಲು ಏನೋ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 week ಮುಂಚೆ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. But I literally need to convince him to attend our program, Target 51 session. Almost 1 hour ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, Target 51 ಎಷ್ಟು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, we made him part of Target 51. In fact, he even joined 1 hour late because he has to finish a meeting and come. ಅದು ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ happy and glad that he is with Global Ghana, and all of you are aware today's trainer Sharath Mascarenhas, he joined along with his he works along with his wife, life partner Shobita. Sharath is a financial coach and an educator. Over the last 11 years, he has impacted lives of over 1,000 families to make wiser decisions with money via his webinars, workshops, and coaching program. He is also the founder of the Mastering Your Money program, which is a 6-week result-oriented coaching program that is designed to transform the participants' relationship with money, irrespective of their gender, age, income levels, and designation, helping them to lead worry-free financial lives. He has also conducted various financial literacy sessions for corporates like Accenture, Walmart, Marriott, Hilton, Alcatel-Lucent, and many more. He is also authoring a book. The title image that you see is his own book, which is titled Dumb Money Makes That Even Smart People Make. Friends, I can still recollect those days wherein both Sharath and Shobita used to call almost 3 to 4 hours discussions nadita irutte from the time he has joined. 1 week discussions aitu. After that, he has mastered the art of Global Ghana, the business, and in turn, he has prepared a ready reckoner. Whatever that questions and FAQs that he has had clarified from me, Mr. Devraj has stated, he has prepared a document as a ready reckoner. So now he has elevated himself from an ACP to a CP. Till today, he has got more than 30 plus UPOSs. Not a single call we have received. That is the kind of an introduction what I want to give. And I just pass it on over to our chairman, Mr. Srisha. Thank you, chairman.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a wonderful introduction, by Mr. John. ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ನಾವು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಟೈಮ್ ನಾನು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ನೋಟ್ಬುಕ್ ಪೆನ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಮೈಂಡ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಓವರ್ ಟು ಯು, ಶರತ್.
All right. Firstly, can I see a thumbs up if my voice is audible? If I'm audible? Awesome. Beautiful. Okay. So John, Srisha, I think that's way too much of compliments and praises on an introduction. I am not sure whether this is going to add to the nervousness or going to, it's more of a demand on the content of the workshop, but I'll do my best to make sure all of us have a learning. Now, I am going to begin sharing my screen. So please let me know when you all are able to see my screen. You can show me a show of thumbs when you're able to see my screen. Awesome. Thank you very much, Srisha. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the title of the workshop. I am going to begin the slideshow. It's called Making Time, Not Excuses. For how many of us, we wish we had more time in the day? You can use the chat box. Say aye. We have 24 hours, but we don't have enough time to complete work. So you can use the chat box and say aye. Okay, so I see Sridhar, Shankar, Naresh, Vyas, Sai. All right, so basically, we all wish we had more time. Let's understand, not happening anytime soon. Last time I checked, I tried to have a conversation with God and said, at least take the hours from the lazy people and give the people who are productive some more time. He said, not happening. So basically, we have to make do with only 24 hours. And that's why the title of this workshop is called Make Time, Not Excuses. Quite frankly, you can't have more time, but you'll always find time to do things that are important to you. Let me say that again. You will always find time to see things that are absolutely important to you. You will say that you don't have time, but you will take time to eat food. You say that you don't have time, but you'll take time to take a shower. After some days or whatever it is, but you will take time. So basically, we need to learn to start prioritizing work. And that's why it's called Making Time, Not Excuses. So, I was thinking that we would use this presentation, and I'm quickly going to script this introduction here. Ground rules. Since Srisha has already mentioned this, but I will touch upon this in a very different manner. Number one, please, for those of you who've got your videos on mute, I mean, you've got your cameras on, you've taken off your videos, please make sure, do not, and I mean, do not multitask. No seeing your messages, no seeing your emails. Give yourself 55 minutes of absolute non-distraction time. I promise I will make every minute of it worthwhile, right? So please don't multitask. If somebody else is having difficulty, if somebody else is giving you a call, you can give yourself that freedom to give 55 minutes to yourself. I promise you it will be worth your while. Be engaging. I'm going to, from time to time, keep asking you all to participate. And the only way we can participate, unfortunately, because we don't want to have a fish market-like experience, we're going to be using the chat box. So from time to time, give me the same amount of energy that I would need from, by you responding in the chat box. Mention a couple of words. That's okay. No problem. You don't have to write a thesis, but you're just going to be writing and engaging with a couple of words or with just a couple of letters, right? So how many of you promise to be engaging? Okay. I see the chat box still empty. Now it started coming in. So thank you very much. I see that you're paying attention. Last but not the least, knowing doesn't equal to results. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is a curse in today's world. The only thing that gives you power is the results. So, like our chairman, Srisha mentioned, please take a notebook, a pen. I'll give you 1 minute to do that because I am going to make you to do work today and not just listen. Take 30 seconds, grab a pen, pencil, paper, something, because you are going to be making some notes. Unlike just listening to workshops, you are going to be participative. Okay, so 30 seconds. And we're still going to be doing that. Now, like Srisha just mentioned, we are going to have question and answers towards the end of the workshop. And to make it easy for you all, at the bottom right corner of the screen, there are slide numbers mentioned. When you have to document a few questions and you're not allowed to ask questions, you can mention in your notebook slide number and what your question was. Or you can say, please go back to this particular slide number. That way it will become easier for us to refer or come back to us with any kind of questions that we had for me. All right. So we're done with 30 seconds. Has everyone got a pen and paper? Notebook, pencil, whatever it is. Super. Now, before we begin, disclaimer. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to know that over the last 4 years, I have invested at least upwards of 20 odd lakhs in my self-development. From marketing to sales to funnels to social media marketing, I've done it all, right? Everything that I'm going to be sharing with you today is on time management. By the way, quick question. My introduction was given to you as a financial coach. How many of you would probably like me to talk about personal finances as against time man? Forget time, teach us how to make more money. Would that be of more interest to the audience in this group? Let's see you all using the chat box. Come on. Okay. Srisha says yes. How many of you would say more on, if it's for money, type M in the chat box. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll promise that you're going to be participative. All right. Time and money, Dr. Prasanna says. All right. Cool. So here's the thing. I will focus today more on the concept of time, because as business owners, most of us being business owners on this call, I believe you would be more wanting to make more productive use of your time. And everything that I'm going to be sharing with you is what I've learned through paid programs, to hours and hours of research on the internet, and timeless changes and iterations to my personal calendar. Okay. Everything that I'm going to be sharing with you is lessons that I have learned and what I implement as well. To make it easy, from time to time, whenever I see the situation being, whenever I see it act, I will share my real life situations in terms of what I go about doing, how I go about tackling a few situations. All right. So that's the disclaimer. I hope you're all okay with that. With that said, we're going on to the first topic here. Before we begin, ladies and gentlemen, I need to ask you, are you proactive or are you reactive? If you're proactive, type P. If you're reactive, type R. For those of you who need to understand what I'm referring to, how many of you plan your day? Are you reacting to life? Today, suddenly you got up, your first thing you're looking at is your phone. Suddenly you're trying to look at completing an email. Then suddenly there's a phone call that has come, you're trying to work on something, you are attending the phone call. Then suddenly something else has happened from a junior member. So how many of us are reactive and how many of us are proactive? Okay, Pavan, Srishant. Okay, so I have a mixed audience in this group. Hemant says sometimes P, most often R. Okay, I'm surprised with the responses. For all of you who say you're proactive, let's evaluate if you truly are proactive. And if you are, kudos to you. That's the first step towards being successful with whatever endeavor you've opted for. Today, unfortunately, life is pushing us around. We've not got things planned. As much as we would like to, we've done all the planning, and then suddenly something else has happened. Like we were planning, we were going to go about conducting workshops every day, and then COVID happened, out of our control. So now, did you react to that situation or were you proactive to that situation? Right? So thank you very much to all of you who are responding in the chat box and making this engaging, and also helping the other people understand that it's a closed community. So you're not very unique and different. It is not just your challenge, right? So all of us are being participative with that. My next question to you, are you truly committed to taking life under control? Anything that requires commitment requires discipline. And if it's required discipline, you have to move out you have to go out of your comfort zone. You will have to start doing things that you're not very comfortable about. So I'm going to ask you to do some very, very, let's say, crazy things, for lack of a better word, and we'll see how committed you truly are at that point in time. Okay. So I'm listening to all your responses. Keshav Murthy, Ratnakar, Vyas, Keshav Murthy, I'm looking to all your responses. So I'm going to pull you back as and when I ask the next question. Lastly, for all of you who've got children, would you like it for your children to be disciplined with time as well? If you think yes, type C in the chat box. C for children. Rupashri says yes. I have more response coming for children. So I see that if not anything else, at least let my kids be time disciplined. Huh? Interesting. All right. Very nice. Beautiful. So I've taken all your responses and we're going to circle back to all of this towards the end. Like I promised, this next 55 minutes, you will learn at least one nugget that you can implement for yourself. Look at the slide numbers. Please make sure you take at least one takeaway that you're going to start implementing from tomorrow. Okay, there's a reason why I've taken Friday slot. It's the end of the week. Saturday, Sunday is planning time. Invest that time in yourself and see which kind of quality that you're going to be working on for you. All right. With that said, next, all of you in this call, what do you think is more important, time or money? If you say time is important, type T. If you say money, then type M. Interesting. So we've got a very, let's say, thoughtful audience in the on this webinar. I see a lot of you saying time, and that's absolutely right. Can anybody tell me why is time more important than money? I'm looking for a specific answer. Why is time more important than money? So Naresh, Shankar, all of you say that time is limited. Well, yes, but I'm looking for a different answer. That's right. Time cannot be bought. Incorrect. Actually, Sai, Harish, what you're saying, time cannot be bought. Incorrect. I'll tell you how you can buy time. But most important, Srisha says, once we've lost, we cannot get it back. Spot on, Srisha. Very well done. So what I'm saying here is, you can make more of money, but you can't make more of time. For those of you who want to make more time or buy time, hire employees. Hire other people to do your work. Because other people can do your work, but you can't do the planning. The employees will never do the planning for you. You have to do the planning. These are things that you can't outsource. And therefore, time is more important than money. We can plan accordingly. Yes, time and money. No, Jayakumar, not really. Today you go to let's say Bill Gates, or you go to let's say Mukesh Ambani. What do you think they will say? Can you give me more money? They'll say, give me more time. And guess what? Irrespective of how productive you are, you will always wish you had some more time in the day. You will always wish. So money is the byproduct. You will want money. You will say money is important when you don't have money. When you started making more money, you'll say, okay, forget this. Let me have some more time with my family. Let me have some more time for myself. Let me have some time so that I can enjoy life. Yes or yes? All right. So ladies and gentlemen, how many of you know what's the worth of your time? This is your first exercise now. How many of you know what's the worth of your time? Anybody? Okay, I see the chat box going dead. So let me help you with everybody. Crores. Mohanna says crores. Ravi Shankar says priceless. Honestly, it's nice to believe, it's nice to have that aspiration, but quite frankly, you need data. You need some hard-hitting truths to tell you how important truly your time is. So let me help you with this. Everybody take out your calculators. When you've taken your calculators, I'll help you with a few things. Take out your calculators. Okay? Try the first equation. How many hours do you want to work for in a day? 8 or 10 hours? Take whatever number you are. How many numbers are you putting? How many hours you're putting in today? If you're putting 8 hours, take the number 8. If you're putting 10 hours, put the number 10. I want all of you this exercise. I'm telling you, you will be missing out something. So let's say if you're putting in 8, don't type this in the chat box. Don't type this in the chat box. If it is 8, now multiply that with the number 250. Why 250? Because 250 is the number of days you can work. Assuming you're being very strict with yourself. You're working 6 days a week. Remember, we have 52 weeks, 7 days a week. Saturday, Sunday, you would probably want to take off or probably want to put it for your time. Now, if you're saying, hey, you know what, Sharad? The last time I saw a weekend was 10 years ago. So then multiply it by 365 because you're working throughout. But let's truly see, ideally today, what you're trying to do is you're future pacing yourself. 1 year from now, if I want to be my ideal best, this is how many number of hours I will work. So be reasonable with yourself. Don't be over dramatic, right? That's why I took the number 250. So multiply 250 by the number of hours you're willing to work on a daily basis. Has everybody got that number? If you've got, show me a thumbs up. Awesome. Now, you got this total. Go back to your calculator, press CE or, go back to 0. Now, take the number take your annual income that you're drawing today. Or let's make it even better. Let's say after 1 year, you've become extremely good with your time. You're being extremely productive. What is the amount of money you see yourself making? Please don't say 100,000 crores until unless you're making 10 lakhs and then you're saying 100 crores. Okay. I mean, I understand we are with GG, but everything has limits. So if you're making 10 lakhs and you would like to optimize and say, you know what, 30 lakhs is good. So go ahead, put 30 lakhs, but it should be within your reach. Don't put random numbers. If you're making a crore today, try 1.5 crores or 2 crores, whatever works comfortable for you. Take that number, divide it by the total, that number that you just did, which was number of hours into number of days. That, ladies and gentlemen, the answer is how much you're worth per hour. Now, divide that by the number 60. That's how many minutes you have in an hour. Whatever is your total is how much your each minute in a day is worth. Each working minute. The next time you're taking and mindlessly going on social media, multiply the number of minutes you have wasted. The next time you're attending a meeting that you don't need to be there, multiply that number with the number of minutes you've been on the meeting. The next time you're looking at how somebody else's life is looking very nice on Facebook, the next time you're looking at messages on WhatsApp, now you know how much minutes is going. Can I see some responses? What's your hourly, what's your minute rate? What's your each minute worth? Come on. 22 rupees. 60 rupees says Mayur. Very nice. 16 rupees 50 paisa. 13 rupees. Now, ladies and gentlemen, are you truly happy with the per minute? Pavan says 33. Very nice. Okay, so we have a rock star in the house. Mohan Raj, I'd like to take some coaching programs from you. If you're making 7,500 rupees per minute, I'd really love to meet you in person and try to see what you're doing. I'm assuming that you're doing everything legally. Jokes apart, Mohan Raj, but that's, sorry, this is Mohana. Sorry, Mohana, I'd love to have a conversation with you post the meeting. Now, why do you think we just said this? Can you ask yourself, all the activities that you're doing, which says, you know what, just another 5 minutes, just another 10 minutes. Do you really want to be in that position? Right? How many of you are learning something here? If you're learning something and this was new to you, say I in the chat box. Shisha says I. Okay, impressive. Very nice. All right, so now remember, this is your, now how can you use this formula to make something even better? Ask your aspirational number. If tomorrow you would like to make 1 crore rupees per annum, how many days would you like to work? How many hours you would like to work? Do that math, divide it, and then divide it by 60. Every time someone's saying, can we just get on a call for 5 minutes? And the 5 minutes become 50 minutes. You know what you've got to say. All right. So with that said, let's move on to the next assignment. Do you really want to make, sorry. Okay. This is, I think we got a wrong slide there. Now, if we really want to we want to make more time. Clearly, there's a problem that we're facing, right? So the best way of addressing a problem is by understanding the problem itself so that you get its solution. Is that correct? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen, today is the biggest culprit draining your time? Anyone gets the right answer, gets a free session with me. By the way, I don't come cheap. I charge 45,000 rupees plus GST, even before we have a meeting concerned for financial coaching. So you can get a free coaching if you get the right answer. I'm looking at the chat box. Planning. Social media. Laziness. Come on, people. What's the biggest culprit of your time? Overthinking. No Rupashri. Procrastination. No doctor. Tanya says procrastination as well. Yikes. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please give me a minute. I just had a power outage. Ladies and gentlemen, okay. Sorry about this. I had a power outage. Is everybody able to see me? Because I just went blank.
Yes, you're there.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. So the biggest culprit of our time, Naresh says multitasking. Not really, Naresh. So here's the thing. We're living life on default mode. What is the default? The minute I get up, I have to see what is showing up on my phone. Is that yes or yes? I am waiting. I've come to a meeting. I'm 5 minutes early. What's the thing that I look? I look at my phone. Right? We are not thinking these days. This stupid device, this is the culprit. You want everything instant. I want to check if my inbox is coming. Let me reply to that email. Somebody else's urgency is becoming our priority. Yes or yes? So we need to make sure that we are not letting other people's importance, other people's priorities design our life. Now, how are we going to do that? Is what we're going to be talking in a little while's time, right? So has everybody understood what is the biggest culprit today? Living life on default. Aimlessly looking at social media just because you got a couple of minutes. Aimlessly reading the newspaper. Tell me something. How many of you who read the paper, that 52 page or how many ever pages come in the newspaper today? What are the information that you can actually take action on? 5,000 COVID cases increased. What can you do about it? Oh my God, so much of tension. Did you understand anything? Did you contribute? Did it make a difference to your life? 100 social media, 100 WhatsApp messages came. Oh, look at this particular politician has done this particular thing wrong. What did you do about it? So basically where I'm getting at, ladies and gentlemen, is that we should avoid living our life on autopilot. Stop letting other people's priorities become our urgencies. Right? So with that said, two important questions, ladies and gentlemen, right? Keep the responses coming in the chat box. Question number 1. Why is time management important for business owners? We've all joined GG. We've all enrolled with GG as a platform, right? We've taken this as a business opportunity. So I'm assuming most of us are business owners already. And some of us are salaried folks who come and looked at another opportunity that you'd like to build as a side hustle. But my question, ladies and gentlemen, is why is time management critical for business owners? It's critical for everybody, but especially for business owners. Keep the responses coming in the chat box, ladies and gentlemen. Time is money? No. Time is money for salaried people as well, yeah? Sudeep D says, time is money? No. Sai Harish, as to lead? No. Ravi Shankar says, time saved is money gained. Not really. That's the same thing for salaried people as well, right? Okay, so here it is. I'm trying to keep a watch on time as well so that we don't overshoot. And it's 7:30, my God. All right, real quick. So here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. As a business owner, you just don't go to a job and just do coding. You have to take care of sales. You have to take care of hiring. You have to take care of marketing. You have to take care of competition research. You have to take care of your finances. You have to take care of filing your returns, and on and on and on. Is that correct or is that correct? As a person, at whichever stage you are making 1,000 rupees a month or you're making 1 crore rupees a month, you have so many responsibilities. You have to wear so many hats, unlike a salaried person. A salaried person is equally busy, but they're just doing one task. If I'm doing coding, if I'm a technical guy, I don't care what is happening in marketing because the marketing department head is going to take care. In my business, I'm responsible for all the results I'm going to be portraying. How many of you see what I'm saying? If you do, say yes in the chat box again, right? Awesome. Awesome, you folks. Now let's see. Everyone ready for another exercise? How many of you really like to have a balanced life? You know, how many of you like to have a balanced life with relationships, with money, with your partners, with the children. All right, so let's see how balanced you guys are right now, right? Everybody, take your pen, paper, notebook, whatever it is. Okay, I'm going to ask you a few questions. I want you to rate them in the order of 1 to 10. 1 being absolutely pathetic, 10 being everything being excellent. I mean, it couldn't get any better, right? So 1 being extremely pathetic, 10 being extremely, it couldn't get any better. So now I'm going to be asking you to rate the following areas of your life. Okay, friends and family. How is your relationship? How would you rate your relationship in this? How would you rate your life in this segment? Friends and family. Now, if you're good with friends and you're bad with family, don't say 10. You got to give equal weightage for the family people at home. Don't put this in the chat box. Put this in this is very personal, people. Please put this in your respective notebooks. 1 to 10, right? Don't think too much. Whatever number comes to your mind. Next, health and wellness, which means you're eating on time. You're exercising really well. You're giving your body equal importance like you're giving your work. Next, your money and your career. Could it be done any better? Are you in the right career? Are you earning as much as you would want to for the time that you're putting in? I'm going to give each of you about 5 to 7 seconds to jot down your entries there. How about on the spirituality front? Right? When I'm saying spirituality, I'm not talking about how devoted, how devoted are you towards a religion or rituals and practices. That's not what I mean. I mean, how mindful are you? Right? Do you know yourself? Do you get intuitions for yourself? How many times you go to the church, how many times you go to the temple is not what spirituality is about. Just letting you know. Please don't confuse rituals to spirituality. Right? Next question. How much would you rate your life on fun and recreation? You give yourself time. You have a hobby for yourself. You take equal amount of hours going out for yourself to make your soul happy. You have adventures that you like to aspire. And you're doing this every now and then without having to sacrifice that because of work or everything else. Last but not the least, and the most important one, how would you rate yourself on personal growth? You're reading a book every day, or you're listening to an audiobook every day. You're getting better and better at what you'd like to be each and every day. You're progressing. How would you rate yourself on all of these parameters? Now, if you run all of this in a circle, and if you put this from one starting from the center of the circle and going all the way to the circumference of the circle, you will see that these spokes are so different, it looks like a broken down cycle wheel. You lead a balanced life by having all of this in the same order. Here's some, how do I say? You don't need to be very hard on yourself. You don't need to be very hard on yourself. Ask yourself what is important to you. Work on a few areas today. Take which area are you going to work on from today until the next year. It could be for you that you probably would like to build better time with your family. So mark that as an important parameter. Start working on at least one quality that you'd like to work on from now until the next year. Don't look at every week and all of that. Not possible, ladies and gentlemen. Every small step that you do on a weekly basis decides how you become 52 times better. Right? Get 1% better at every time, every aspect. And suddenly by the time 52 weeks have gone back, you've got 52% better growth as against life pushing you around. How many of you are learning something here, ladies and gentlemen? Let me see this in the chat box. Okay, I have roughly about 100 odd participants in this group, and I'm seeing only the same names: Tanya, Dilip, Purushottam, Shrisha. Is everybody else multitasking, or you're just too shocked? We all committed that we are going to be not just listening, but we are going to be doing. See, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be trainers sometime soon. You're going to have the stage of global learner to go about presenting. What you do, how you sow, so shall you reap. So if you want a lot of participation coming in your webinar, now is the time. Karma. It all comes back, full circle. All right. So with that little bit of humor, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to move on to our next topic. Here we are. How many of you would like to get some time hacks of how to get more done? Karma is a witch. I get the message, Sudeep. Okay, time for some time hacks. Is that good? If you'll do this, this is my promise to you. If you'll do this, if you take the time to do things that I'm asking you to do, next 1 year, you will be accomplishing more with the same 24 hours that you have. Are you interested? I don't see the participation, people. If you're interested, type me. And you can type probably me with multiple E's. All right. I see this coming in, at least different people coming in. Okay. Awesome. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Time hacks. Ready? This is where I'm going to ask you all to please note down your insights. I'm going to share my life with you. Right? I told you I'm not one of those people who will just give you gyan. I'm going to give you gyan of things that I have learned and I implement on a day-to-day basis. All right. So here we are. Make and follow a timetable. How many of you have a timetable for yourselves? Not just having, but implementing it as well, following it as well. Pavan says I, Shrisha says I. All leaders will have this. And if you don't, here's how you have to have a timetable. How many of you are actually saying, you know what, sir, all this timetable and all is great, but what if suddenly some emergencies come? Have you noticed how schools and colleges make sure everything is set in certain time, in a certain order? There is time for parent-teacher meeting. There's time for fees collection. There's time for certain classes. How about the military school? The reason you need a timetable, Sudeep says timetable equals slavery. Okay, so, you know, if this was a one-to-one call, I would have said something very, very different. But now, because this is a group call, I don't want this to turn out into a whole 9 p.m. debate. So I will talk to you. I'll show you a couple of things, and then let's see if it is truly slavery. But I look forward to your honest answer, right, Sudeep? So here's the thing. Now, Sudeep, just because you said this, most people who say that they don't like a timetable are people who don't have control of their time. We'll talk more about that in just a minute. So I'll show exactly what I'm talking. Here are the challenges with the timetable, ladies and gentlemen. You're finding it difficult to manage, right? We have not learned how to make a timetable that can accommodate various different things. You're going to make a timetable based on how your schedule is today. You have not designed it for being your best self next year. Yes or yes? Today, if you want to make 3x, if you want to earn 3x the income, or you want to have more time, can you plan your better life basis your current situations? Or should you plan basis how your future situations would be? So here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to start sharing my screen with you. Is everybody able to see my Google spreadsheet? You all should see a spreadsheet here. So here's the time, people. We said we all like to have balanced lives. That's how my timetable is post the lockdown. This is for my self-development. This is for helping doing the chores at home, because obviously we don't have domestic help. So our doing the chores time is basically listening and learning time. That's why we are working on courses and preparing time for your team huddle. My 10 to 11 o'clock is team huddle as per a structure. I don't have random meetings. It has to follow a structure. Next, we have 11 to 1 working on any pending or daily projects. What are daily projects? We will look at that in a bit. Lunch and relaxation. Absolutely. Lunch and relaxation. Irrespective of who is calling me, how important a client is, they don't get my time during that hour. That is my time. No two ways about it. Right? Calls on working for improving the business. So I have my customer calls or working on anything that needs to improve the business, right? On all the different businesses that I work on. 7 to 8 p.m. calls or miscellaneous activities. I allow the flexibility to my clientele because some of them are working throughout. So they would probably get the flexibility to work with me a little late in the evening, depending on different time zones. 8 to 10:30. So that's dinner. That's planning the next day. And then this is 10 to 10:30, relaxation. Now this is your timetable. How do you plan your week? My Mondays are for planning and improvising the entire week going forward. Tuesday is for planning the business. This is a course program. This is from the gentleman by the name Rajiv Talreja. Those of you who don't know this guy, he charges only 8 lakhs for a 1-year coaching program on business. You can search his name. I've done this course and that's why I call it the PACE implementation. Learning of courses and completion. I subscribe to a lot of courses. I subscribe to a lot of paid programs, and then I need to find the time to go out filling that. I'm also a part of the BNI networking program, and therefore I need to also make time out for BNI. Next, Thursday is my finances day. Shobita works on the GST and filing. I go about filling up and seeing where the money is coming in, balancing all the accounts. Friday is our time for planning the next week again, right? Giving reviews and feedback to our team members, reviewing all possible sales opportunities that we can do, because Saturday and Sunday is the only time that salaried people have time available, right? Folks, if you're chatting, if you're typing something in the chat box, please stop typing because I can't see the chats just as yet, right? So please stop typing for now. I love the energy that's coming along. So let's finish this. Let me stop sharing this and then we'll take a look at the chats, right? Thank you very much. Saturday is my self-evaluation. It's not nice that we do an evaluation just at one training program and then forget it. You want to see how well you're progressing the week forward. That's exactly what we do on Saturdays, and Sundays is the family day. Right? Now you will say, okay, Sharath, all of this is great, but how do you go about positioning? There you are. That's my calendar. My week calendar at a week. Each meeting, each color code defines something. And that's my day 4. Community engagement. What is this? I want to use that 1 hour to engage with my people at my different businesses. Checking my team's work. Team huddle. Ask Lauren. All of us know what Ask Lauren is. No calls. This is the time for my daughter. Gigi and Enagic. So these are 2 separate businesses where I want to keep doing social media follow-up. That's the time for my customers. That's the wow. And that is planned, not just for this week, for the next week. That's June 7th, the 14th of June, the 28th of June, 5th of July, and on and on. How many of you at this call? Now, if you want to share your videos, you can share your videos, people. I mean, I'd like to see, can you imagine if I was just having this call with you like this? How entertaining would it be, right? You're seeing a black screen. Now, I'm of the opinion all of us are working from home, and so am I. You don't have to compare it until unless you're not in the bathroom. Please go about sharing a video so I know whether this is making sense to you guys or not. So I'd like to know, do you all have a calendar planned like this? Or would you love to have a calendar? Do you think there is an importance to plan your week ahead? If for nothing else, ladies and gentlemen, you need to learn how to take control of your time. Have you ever heard a doctor? Hello, customer. I have opened a new clinic. This is my business. This is how much I charge for consulting. Please come to my clinic. Have you heard doctors say that? Anybody? But what do doctors do? First, take an appointment. After taking an appointment, you will still wait at the clinic because the doctor is too busy. And then after you paying the doctor, after you waiting in the line, you will say, please, doctor, sir, and all of this, and give him respect like he's God's disciple. Why are people not treating your time the way doctor's time is treated? Do you think it's important that we as professionals respect our time the same way? Let me show you an example of what happens when you treat your time as important and scheduled, right? This is where planning is important. So I'm going to share my screen with you. That's my WhatsApp. This is one of our biggest brand ambassadors that we have as a customer group. He's gone about saying, this is the person who's your next customer, and he's already initiated the conversation, so I should talk to him. I should talk to her. So now this is that person whom I'm supposed to be talking with. Hey Ruhi, da 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 da. Hey Sharad, good morning, I'm sorry, da 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 da. The customer is saying, I'm sorry. Right? I should have, will tomorrow be fine? I say, yeah, that was pretty prompt, no problem. Here is my calendar. Tomorrow, that's how I'm placed. Now watch what the customer is saying. That's a packed day. I see lunch between 12 to 2. Let's not trouble that. How are you placed post 3 o'clock? How is this portraying you in front of a customer? Now, if this is the reputation that you're going to garner, is it worth putting your time? Can I see some responses in the chat box, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, yes, quite organized. Absolutely. Superb. All of you who are using the chat box, Jai Kumar, Sandhya, very nice. Keep the energy going, lady, right? So this is what I mentioned about being organized, or rather having a timetable, right? And we've already gone about getting, well, I've seen, shucks. Give me a second. 1 minute, huh? Okay, since you all have already seen quite a few of the other time hacks already, make and follow a timetable, prioritize your work and task. Now, how do you prioritize and work and task? Because you don't know what is, for you, everything that is coming up is an urgent thing that you have to get done. Is that true? Absolutely not. So I'll share my screen once again with you, and I'll show you all how we got to go about planning possibly your quarters and your months ahead. These are my projects for this financial year. Build a practice that is generating 10 lakhs in recurring income, recurring revenue every single month. It's not income, it's recurring income, which means if tomorrow Sharad continuously keeps putting presentations like this, there should be 10 lakhs coming in whether he likes it or not. That's the difference between recurring income. Yeah. Have 400 UPOSs sold, 100 vendors, 1,000 users. This is in order to get these projects. These are all the different activities I will have to keep doing. These are all the different projects I will have to do. And basis these projects, these are the different tasks I have to do. Is this pertinent to the business, or is this pertinent to all these different other businesses that we're talking about? What are the tasks I have to do? Which time of the day I will do it? What's the start date? What's the end date? And what's the status? What is it pending for? How many of you looking at this right now are almost getting a headache and saying, Ishtella madbeka? These are all the things that we have to do. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you can play now and pay later, or pay now and play later. But you have to pay. What is paying out here? Putting in the time and effort. You will either put in the time and effort to be organized now, or you'll put the time and effort being unorganized later. Yes or yes? So I am having someone say, Tom Joseph says I'm not audible. Ladies and gentlemen, am I audible? If I am, show me a
Yeah.
Yes,
You are audible.
you are audible.
Awesome. Awesome. How many of you are learning something here? Or learning a little too much? If you're like getting a headache, you all can take a Panadol after, sorry, a Crocin after this. But I'm telling you, this is definitely going to be worth it. Awesome. Now, let's get back. I'm going to rush through this, ladies and gentlemen, because I want to respect the time of all of us today. Time, focus time. Focus time means this stupid device doesn't come in the way. Write on your journal today, what time of the day, how many minutes, how many hours is going to be only your time. Nobody gets to disturb you, including your wife, children, and any other emergency, including the Prime Minister coming online. And your boss included. If you have a boss who cannot appreciate your focus time, you are hanging out with the wrong boss. My focus time is 6 to 8 o'clock in the morning. Nobody And I mean, nobody gets to interrupt me at that point in time. The reason my tonality changed right now is because this stupid device, the notification, the WhatsApp messages, the social media post, the calls, anybody can call me at any point in time. How organized, what chances do you have in terms of completing work? All right, so we learned about focus time. This focus time is for you to work on one project. A project will have multiple tasks. You need to make sure you're progressing every day. And how you progress every day is by working at one task at a time. Get it done. This is your life's important. For state heads, it would be that, we got to go about getting 20 MCPs done who are capable of going about making a great deal through. Absolutely. So let's start and work on all tasks that needs to be done daily basis. Not one day, on a daily basis. That's your focus time. All right. Minimize meetings and meeting times. I'm of the opinion we waste way too much of time in meetings. Half the meetings are unorganized. If any meeting is taking more than 15 minutes, it's not a meeting, it's a debate. It's about massaging other people's egos. It's about making other people feel nice. Anything that cannot be done in meeting 15 minutes, you've got to figure out a way of how to cut down that, because then it's a waste of time. Communication is important. Like we said, you saw my timetable. We have a team huddle, right? At one point in time, our team huddles used to go for 90 minutes, sometimes 1-2 hours. And I took a conscious decision, you know what? No more than 15 minutes. We wrap it up. Anything else, we focus again in the evening so that the team can give me a call. And during that time, nobody disturbs us. How many of you like to get a cheat code or a hack of how to get into this hack as well? So if you want to make sure that you don't waste time on meetings, do your meetings while you're standing, like this. Don't sit. When you're sitting in comfortable chairs, we all like to sit down and talk. No problem. Tell me what's up. How's life? How many UPOSs sold? Stand and conduct the meeting. Most of us are not trained now to stand 5 minutes and make notes. Instantly, you reduce your meeting. Cool? All right. With that said, let's move on to a couple of more hikes. Document and systemize. Anything that needs to be done more than twice needs to be documented and systemized. John was talking about the the entire thing of how I've gone about having a ready reckoner for things. These are my messages for all the people who I'm going to get on vendor onboarding. 5-minute video. In the meanwhile, so what will someone have to go about doing? Send this message. What's that? Register, take the link. Now, should I be typing all of this all over again? No, I don't need to. So I take this message from here. When do I do it? Meeting confirmation. When, what kind of message is this? Why am I doing this? We got qualified for maybe boss. So tomorrow when I want to hire my staff, I can't sit down and keep explaining this on, okay, now start learning. I'll say, here it is, the sheet. Read the sheet, come back to me. If you've not understood, I will train you. Now, these are only for WhatsApp messages. How about if I'm doing my UPV tagging? How about if I'm planning all my UPVs? How about if I'm planning how many UPOSs have I got? Right, ladies and gentlemen? Anything worth doing more than twice has to be documented and systemized. Play now, pay later, pay now, play later. Choice is all up to us, right? Saying no. As Indians, we have this very bad habit. Alala, helala, aun yen ankultane. Dunya ka sabse bada rog kya kahenge log. What other people think of me is not my business. What I think of me is my business. Don't go about pleasing everybody else. You should please yourself, get your progress, because nobody will complete your task and your projects and your life for you, irrespective of what they think. Now, can you imagine? Let's say I had a boss. Okay, I used to, believe it or not, I used to have a boss for 7 years, multiple bosses, right? Now, let's say someone is asking, I want this now. 1 day I don't, 2 days I don't, 3 days I don't. What are the chances I have my job? Close to none. But we are not in job. We're in business. Tomorrow you have another business owner, another friend, another relative, non-stop asking, and you're instantly replying on message, on email. Then they'll ask a little more. What you went to just reply one message takes 15 to 20 minutes of your time. How about saying, you know what? Let me come back to you later and don't look at the phone. Better yet, don't even respond. What are the chances they will send a message to you? You take control of your life, right? Saying no. Do not respond to anything, no matter how urgent it is. When I say this, don't be inhuman. Like I have certain families who are having COVID cases. Right? They said this is urgent. Now, when I see that this is urgent, my team, my customers are trained how to say what things are important. Because if my customer tells me everything is important, then they're not taking importance of my time. And I don't want them to be on board. So we should learn to fire such customers, fire such friends, fire such relatives, and fire such habits as well. All right? With that said, stop working from your phone. This stupid device was designed to say hello, Aita, Uta, whatever, and then disconnect. As I see, some of you are also taking the Zoom meeting from your phone call. From your phone. Throw this stupid device and tell it it is meant to be working only from this time to this time. What is it on your laptop that you can't do that you have to do from your phone? You can check emails, you can check messages, you can check WhatsApp messages, Telegram messages. Give this phone a time only to operate from this time to this time. Believe me, if you don't do anything else and you just do this, you will have sanity in your life. You will have time for your family. You will have time to think. How many of you agree to what I'm saying? I mean, if you believe what I'm saying is making sense, say MS, making sense. Let me see some chat box. I've been going on. Really true. MS. Okay, awesome, beautiful. So I see Devraj looking at the time quite often. Devraj, I have another 5 minutes to cover. Do you think I can extend?
Yeah, please. You can take another 5 minutes, no problem.
All right. To everybody, for someone who's teaching on time management, I'm going 5 minutes delayed. So apologies about that, but I thought it is very important.
I think we gave the floor to you 5 minutes late, I believe.
Thank you. I didn't want to say that, but thank you for offering that. Yeah, but that said,
you are perfect, but we gave almost 8.5 minutes late.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you can take.
All right, Devraj. So, ladies and gentlemen, to all of you who said that you're truly committed, all of you, Dr. Sudeep, everybody who said truly you're committed to getting time, are you ready to do something? Are you sure? Okay, go to your phone, delete all of the time draining apps. What is a time draining app? Anything that gets you to do it on a repetitive basis is a time draining app. LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, all chats, whichever garbage chat, games, Candy Crush, Minecraft, all of it. All of it. You think I'm joking. There are 98 participants and 99. I don't want to deprive somebody who's trying to join in. Others, I can log into my phone and I will share my screen with you. This is not my trick. This is not my tactic, ladies and gentlemen. I listen to an audiobook called Making Time. For those of you who are interested, I can share that resource on Audible. It's called Making Time. That author told, try doing this. What's the big deal? You can always reinstall it if you want. If you're going to get addiction from Facebook not having and you're going to get mental breakdown, install it back. But try for 1 week. Try for 1 weekend. Anything, if you're sitting and you have 5 minutes and that 5 minutes you are touching this phone, the app that you open is the app that you have to delete, including emails. Delete your inbox from your phone. you will have balance coming into your life like never before. Trust me when I say this. If those of you who've gone about deleting your apps on your phones, I like to see you say delete on the chat box. And this is including for all regional heads, state heads, directors, everybody. If you wanted to take control of life and make sure your juniors, your team members respect your time, do that. WhatsApp is acceptable. WhatsApp, Telegram is acceptable because I hope you're doing it for business and not doing it for time pass. If you're doing for time pass, WhatsApp also goes on delete. Rajneesh Saralia says it's tough. I agree. I used to play this game called Transformers for 5 years. When I was pressing delete button, like 5 years of effort is gone. Then I did how much is my 5 years worth in time, my number. And I said, no, it's not worth it. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, those are our time hacks. So coming back to our presentation. How many of you are getting a headache now? This guy is a madman. How many of you think I'm a madman? Type in the type box. I believe madman. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Summarizing everything that we have learned in 3 simple points. Be proactive, not reactive. How do you take control of your life? How do you take control of your time? By planning, by scheduling. Let me give you, have you all heard the story of the axe, the woodcutter? Let me do a quick move on that. There were 2 woodcutters. Okay. Every day, these 2 woodcutters would work and go about chopping wood in the jungle. They would go for 8 hours, come back after 8 hours. However, woodcutter A would cut only so much amount of wood, and woodcutter B would cut more wood, even though the woodcutter B was working a little less. Looking at this, the woodcutter said, you know what, if I chop more wood, I'll make more money, so I will start working more. So the woodcutter A started chopping for 10 hours, and woodcutter B would only do it for 6 hours. So now this guy, woodcutter A, is saying, you know what, if I continue doing this, then there's something wrong. Let me check itself. Let me ask for help and see with woodcutter B, what is it that you do? How is it you're able to chop more wood? You have only 1 axe. I also have 1 axe. Some of you already know the answer, which is the woodcutter B would spend more time sharpening the axe. Yes, very right, Mohana. Very right, Harish. How many of us are taking the time to sharpen our axe? Knowing is not doing, and doing is what gives you results. Idella guttri sumne volu, right? You got to ask yourself, you want knowledge or you want results? Next, being productive, not busy. What's up? Hi, client call, right? I'm making calls. Were you busy? Were you productive? You attended this call. Were you busy? Were you productive? With that said, being ruthless with your time, including your close friends. If they're truly your friends, they will appreciate the fact that you're respecting your time. And if they don't be your friends, good. You have some time drainers off your back. This includes for customers. This includes for business colleagues. This includes for your employees. Everybody, be ruthless. Because at the end of the day, like I said, nobody is going to give their time to you. Right? Invest time in people. Don't waste time with people. Is that what making sense, ladies and gentlemen? With that said, how many of you can tell me what this is? I promised you all, every question that I ask, I will give you all results. That's my 7-year-old daughter's timetable. She has seen me and Shobita planning our day every evening. And therefore, kids don't learn from saying. Kids learn from doing. So all of you who said, I want my kids to do more. Now you know what you should do. With that said, I'm done and I'm open for questions. If there's anything that you'd like to do, if there's any questions, I'd be more than happy to take it from you guys. I'm sorry we had to extend by another 5 minutes. But I hope you all got value from this. And more importantly, you're going to start implementing the learnings from this, right? Generally, I need you all to know my workshop. My introduction, when I introduce myself into my workshops, takes about only 15 minutes. So having to condense so much in just 55 odd minutes was too much of a task. So I apologize for extending by about 8 odd minutes. I'm open for questions.